Hey guys, this is Nick, and this is Nick's Collectables. What I have for you today is S.H.Figuarts Endgame Iron Spider. This is Spider-Man from the very last movie in the Infinity War trilogy, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at him today. He looks like he's going to be pretty amazing. The front of the box has him with Tom Holland and everything like that. The back actually has him in a lot of cool poses. I'm looking forward to trying to get him in a few of these. I think these are going to be pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to having some fun with this guy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoy the video. Stick around because this is going to be a lot of fun. Let's get started and have some fun. Alright, let's slide this guy forward. I have to admit, I've been looking forward to getting this guy in. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and I love the outfit that they give me in Endgame. Just looking at it at a glance, it just looks just like that outfit as well. They even did a good job on Tom Holland's face. It really does have a lot of his likeness. I'll be honest though, I doubt I'll ever have this face on the figure again. No offense, Mr. Holland, I just like my Spider-Man figures masked. Before we show that off though, let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt on this one though. I have to say the molding is really good and the hair's just right. It has a nice molded texture to it and the paint job's really good as well. Honestly, I thought I was initially going to be disappointed in the head and neck until I messed around with it a bit, and I'll be damned if it's not pretty impressive. The neck moves around easily and the head, while it looks like it won't tilt, actually has what feels like a ratcheting joint that allows it to tilt up and down and even turns left and right pretty easily. Honestly, this might be the smartest head design I've seen in a really long time. Sorry, geeking out a bit too much too soon. Let's go ahead and put on his other head and neck, and you can see all the cool stuff with that next. So to do that, you want to grab the neck firmly in both fingers and pull up, and it will just pop right off. Sorry, Tom. Is it weird that I actually feel bad doing this? Okay, moving on. Now that you can see the ball joint, just take the other head and neck and pop it on. This head seems to be more standard. It really doesn't feel like it has the same ratcheting that the other one feels like. It looks more like a standard ball joint from messing around with it. Now I'm a little disappointed. You had a really cool new design idea and you only worked it into one of the two heads? Whatever. Another gimmick that they did was to have the eyes be removable. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry I'm gonna have to do this, but eventually I'm gonna have to pop your eyes out. So I can put the new ones in. He comes with a set of 3. I'll try to take some shots with them in, but they're a little hard to do on camera. The idea is that you work your nail in and you work them out. They're just kind of pegged in there. Then you slot in the new ones. You can mix and match however you want, but me personally, I'd probably be more comfortable mixing all of the red ones. That's about it for the head. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the mold. The chest and arms look great. They're about as good as you could have hoped for from a Figuarts figure. The Spider-Man emblem looks amazing, and overall shine and metallic look of everything looks fantastic. He does really have really good movement here. He can turn at the ribs pretty easily, and he can do an ab crunch. He doesn't really have any good movement at the waist. This might hurt his posability a bit, but we're going to have to take some shots to see. Spider-Man was always one of those more flexible, wildly posable characters in Marvel, so it would be pretty disappointing if he had any weird limitations. But let's go ahead and take a look at his arms next though. Okay, these arms are really well laid out. They look great. Everything from the shoulder guards doing a good job of hiding the joints to the movement itself. The wrist move, the elbow moves, and the bicep all have movement. That's fantastic for a character like Spider-Man. He can even lift his arms up to right around 90, and they even do a 360. That's absolutely ideal for a character like this. I love all the detail work that they put into the arms themselves. They look great. But other than the arms, let's go ahead and move on to his back. Man, this looks super clean. This is really good. It's exactly how I want the back of this figure to look. And that Spider-Man emblem looks so clean. I even like how they set it up so you can put his Iron Spider legs on. You have to look close, but you can actually see there's a little panel here in his back. Now, they provided a small little tool here, which I'll go ahead and show. Now, you use that to kind of pop this off, and then you can pop the Iron Spider legs into the back like so. God, I love that. That is so slick. It looks so clean both ways. It's fantastic. Admittedly, once these are on, he has a bit of trouble standing on his own with the legs. But they're strong enough to actually, hold him completely. And you can actually put a couple of them down for extra support. And that's fantastic. I mean, they're not quite long enough that it looks like he's being fully supported by them when you pose him, but he actually is. It almost makes me wish they were a little bit longer, but if they were, I think it might have done a few bad things, like one, throw the balance of the figure off a little more, and two, just look a little off. That said, they have really good articulation in each of the joints, and they give it some pretty killer posability. But let's go ahead and take them back off so we can get the rest of his figure, mostly because I don't really want to have to move them constantly to show him off. Okay, now that we've got him back to his base figure look, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest. The belt looks fantastic. It's got some really nice detailing that makes it look highly technical, and the legs actually have this really slick looking armored look that kind of blends into the rest of the figure nicely. The boots look good as well. They actually have that highly technical look as well for the movie with Spider-Man's iconic patterns on them. Even the bottom of the feet and the heel have some really nice detailing on them. This is exactly the kind of thing that I want from a Figuarts figure. The two things that I want, posability and attention to detail, and this has that in spades. Speaking of posability, man, these legs go almost anywhere you want them to. They go out to 90, they have plenty of range to the back and the front. His knees even bend way past 90, and he has plenty of articulation in his foot and even has some toe articulation. I'm really glad that they designed it this way because, again, what's a Spider-Man if he can't do some insane poses? I mean, what's the point? He also comes with a few more things that I'm kind of happy that they included, including a good number of webbings, multiple different hands that you can put in for various different poses and looks, and last but not least, an Infinity Gauntlet. This thing is huge, and he looks great while he's holding it. Honestly, this one accessory sold the figure on its own to me. I absolutely love this piece. I think it's fantastic. Even the fingers on it move. It just looks great. Overall, this figure's great. It's so good, in fact, that I'm half tempted to get some more of the Endgame figures, even though I wasn't overly impressed with the designs of a ton of them. One, I want to do a legit comparison to the others in the line, and secondly, I'd like to set up a nice battle scene in my room with a few of them. I will say that he's a little short for a Figuarts figure. He's just a smidge shorter than Cammy from the Street Fighter series, and a smidge shorter than the Mandalorian and Boba Fett from their respective lines. He only really seems to come in at like 5.5 inches tall, which honestly kind of makes sense. I mean, he's younger and shorter than most of the cast in the movie, so making him a bit shorter makes sense. Hopefully he'll look just as good when I get a few of the others. I'm already debating on buying Captain America and Iron Man. I'm not sure if I can do Beer Belly Thor or Smart Hulk. Those just, I don't know, something about them seems off to me. I'll likely get Thanos as well because, well, if you're going to set up a battle, you need the main man himself. At least in my opinion you do. What do you guys think though? Do you like this design for Spider-Man, aka Iron Spider, or do you think they should have done more? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.